It can be very awkward, like to date and like find someone that has like, you know, good intentions. Like I feel like I wear my heart on my sleeve a lot and
really
that's
a
lot
good
up
though.
front.
But that's good. That is a good thing to do though. So don't stop doing that, because the worst thing that could happen is for you to go, I think I've had enough of that, and then I'm gonna block, because most people are blocked. And so for you to be open, we're already at a good place.
Right.
Okay. The next step is likely one of two things: looking for people that match that and getting really focused on finding the right people. And like just the fact that you said being an artist and like, you know, keeping that in mind is really important. And then number two is being really strict about staying away from people that don't see your light. You know, like don't see how amazing you are. And so getting that out of the way, because that's the biggest two things that people get wrong. They don't focus on where they should be, and when they have somebody in front of them, they're not going, is this the right person? Or is like, I'm seeing flags, but are those really red flags?
I haven't had like the greatest experiences here in New York City, so I kind of very much have my guard up about dating.
Okay, and how do you usually do it? Do you want me to hold your bag, by the way?
It's okay. I think maybe what I'll do is just take the water bottle
Why don't we sit? What have you been doing to date? While you're in New York, you said you've been here how long?
It's been like about a year and like maybe 4 or 5 months.
Got it.
So when I was, you know, kind of dipping my toes into, like, I downloaded the apps. I think I tried like, you know, popular ones like Bumble and like Hinge. And I feel like I didn't have like much luck there. I think when going in, I was like very like truthful or upfront about my intentions, you know.
And what are your intentions?
Well, I feel like my intentions have maybe changed since then, but back then I was just, you know, honestly looking for something, you know, if I'm gonna date, like I want it to be something more on the serious side, you know, like on the road to a relationship. Doesn't necessarily have to be like marriage right off the bat or anything, but just someone that's we're gonna like support each other and you know, add to each other's lives. But I just like would come across like a lot of individuals, maybe that's what I was attracting, like individuals that were not on the same page. They were kind of just like, I have a lot of options and you're just one of them.
That's and in cities, that's like the biggest thing.
And I guess like statistically speaking, like that's the thing out here, like the ratio.
In cities, people are on a bullet train to find the next best thing. So it's you know, like it, and it's sad because there's probably a lot of people that passed on their soulmate because they weren't in the right headspace. Because they were going, oh yeah, but she doesn't have this. Meanwhile, they weren't looking for true attraction and true love and true chemistry and connection and true shared values and true shared interests, because they were just on such a fast bullet train towards what's the next? Well, what's the next? And dating apps do that to us, where we're like swiping, we're like, oh, is that the best person? Is that the best looking person? Is that the primary way you were going on dates in New York?
Yes.
And so how many dates do you think you've gone on ballpark in the past year?
Ballpark?
Using online dating?
Maybe like 5 or 6.
5 or 6 in a year?
Yeah.
So that's one every, what, 2 months? Got it. So not a lot of dating.
Not a lot. I think I'd say dating like more seriously. Like I've had like my like, you know, more casual stuff in the past. I think now I'm kind of at the age like if I'm gonna, you know, pay attention to anyone, like I want it to be like worth my time.
So what about just, what does your social life look like in New York?
My social life, I am trying to like go out more. Like I was like a little bit of a homebody in the winter. I got into baking a bit, but typically it revolves around like my like creative practice, so doing like working with like musicians and stuff. Just I meet a lot of people through that.
And how? Like so like give me like walk me through it.
Yeah. So shows like, for example, tonight I reconnected with like a couple of friends from high school that are out here, and some of them are musicals, so they're having a show tonight. So like I'll go to that, and then I was gonna do some VJ loops, but I think I'll just probably chill and just hang out with the folks there.
Got it. So if it wasn't high school people, how would you meet up with musicians?
Just like show up to shows.
Show up to a show.
So I go to like gallery exhibitions.
Gallery exhibitions, love that.
Yeah.
And then you talk to people. You say what you do. They say, "Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah,
we would love to get that."
So
and then do you ever hang out with them after that?
Yeah, I have, like loosely, but I feel like a lot of my friendships are like quite scattered.
Yeah.
And then I have like, some closer friends. I have, one of my friends, he runs like a shirt business, so I've like met
a shrimp business?
Shirt.
Okay.
Like he does a lot of
because
like,
Bubba Gump has the market on that.
Yeah, they're good.
Okay. What I believe is the way that everybody should spend most of their time dating is just be proactive about making new connections through like-minded communities and those friends that you make in there. Now, online dating's fine. It's bad because they just give you whoever. They could give you Joe Schmo, and they could give you your soulmate 500 people later. Right. And so you are at the mercy of whatever they show you. With socializing organically, you are the one who is taking the lead and finding the right people. So you get away from all of the wrong people. Right. Now, the benefit, obviously, with online dating is that you could just sit home and you don't have to do anything in your underwear.
Yeah, and I feel like with online dating, I've had like a lot of people just like ghost. Like I feel like that's just like a common practice nowadays. Like a lot of people just tend to ghost.
They ghost, and it's always the next best thing, and they just want to hook up. They just want to see what's out there, move on. And yeah, it's not the best, but I recommend it for like if you're in the elevator, or if you're maybe, I don't know, on the toilet and you just got nothing to do. And it's just like, well, instead of swiping like on TikTok or something, let me just, swipe a few people on, Hinge or whatever. I think it should be supplemental, but I really believe that most of your social time should be proactively looking for like-minded people in those like-minded communities. Now, I lived in New York for almost 7 years, and so I wanted to crack the code on how do I meet these people, right? And the one thing I found is, even in real life, even organic dating, you still have to make the effort over others, because when you meet somebody and they're cool and they're an artist and we should totally get together, nobody really, because then they go, oh yeah, wait, I live in Astoria, you live in Sunset Park,
another thing.
Blah 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 blah. And so it always is like, oh well, how am I gonna meet? And I found that nobody is going to do this for me. There's no friend that I meet for 2 hours that I really connected with that is going to go, oh, you know what, that cool guy Anthony that I met 5 days ago, let me call him up and plan somewhere for us to meet even though we don't live near each other. So I realized I had to be doing that. I had to be the one that was making that effort. And that's just how it had to be. You can have the best connection in your life, turn around, and then be distracted by something else the next day, and then move on, and then it's like, oh, who is that person, Carla?
I think that's one of the I think my frustrations with dating, like I can tend to have like high expectations. Like if I put the effort, I'm just like, okay, you're gonna do it too, I hope. So just how to navigate that so you don't like take it personally. You're like, okay, this person is not for me. Let me just move on with my life.
Well, that's the first thing is, yes, we definitely don't want to take it personally. Like, I never meet somebody and go, could this be my partner? Could this be? I never think that. Well, I used to think that, and that was always what killed me. I always started filling in the blanks of what this relationship could have been, and then when it didn't go that way and it veered to the left, I went, oh, that's not good. But at the same time, I still do want to be proactive about it. And I want to be proactive about it from the start. I had to learn that I can't imply things just to a new friend. I can't go, oh, it was really nice. Oh, we should get together sometime. I have to state what my intentions are really clearly, because they're so used to hearing all of that simple stuff. Like, oh, we should get together sometime. So they need to be stopped in their tracks by somebody going, I really like you. We should make friends. We should actually hang out with each other and not just say we're gonna hang out. We should actually hang out with each other. And then say it straight to them like that and show them that interest. So I love that you said you wear your heart on your sleeve. Do it more. Don't do it less, please. Because if you do it less, you're going to just set in with the rest of the city that does that exact same thing. You have to do all that up front. And guess what? That's just what you got to do. But the great thing is, it feels good. It feels good to be that person that's helping out first. And if they are the type of person where they go, oh, I'm just going to take from Carla and that's kind of it, let them be. Let them go on. Even though I want you to give that big upfront effort, give what you feel is big upfront effort and then just move on.
Okay.
Seriously, don't. If you see them not replying after you gave, just be like, all right, I'm moving on. If we keep thinking about that person, then what happens is the right friends, the right partner, is their window was open, and you were focusing on the wrong person already. So it's I want you to just keep moving. So everywhere I go, if I make a connection, I let them know. I put in that big effort.
Okay.
And then I'm going to meet somebody else, and I'm going to let them know. I'm going to put in that big effort. I'm going to meet somebody else. I'm going to let them know. I'm going to put in that big effort. And then if these two people just aren't responding, that's okay. I'm going to talk to that person. I'm going to put in that big effort. And then maybe this person actually wants to hang out and see me again. Oh, and this person wants to hang out and see me again. So the problem is people give up too quickly. They get so disheartened from the first few. And that is just the nature of the beast. There's millions of people here, And so if we're thinking about this 1, 2, 3 people that just were kind of duds, we're not thinking about the millions. So what I would say, listen, we don't have a ton of time, and usually when I'm coaching somebody, we take weeks, months, years. But what I would say is start off with people just seeing them as friends, right? At the beginning, and make that upfront investment for if you could tell that it's starting to become phone tag, text tag with you guys, be you know what? I'm just gonna make this effort to see them and hang out with them and just see what happens, because what people usually do is the first person that's cute that they meet, they're like, oh, that's the person that I want to meet. Let me see if I could date them. And if there's none of that sexual chemistry, romantic chemistry, they're like, oh, I'm going to move on. But what if you guys actually could have been friends? And then you guys could actually start hanging out, going to shows together, doing events together, whatever. And then you start meeting their friends. And then somebody in that social circle is somebody that you would meet. So I would say start off, even if you meet somebody and it's somebody that you're attracted to at first, just be like, you know what? I'm just going to be friends with them and let them know. Just be like, I'm not, I want to hang out with you. I think you're cool. I don't know if it's dating or not, but I just want to see what happens and start as friends. Right. And be like, what do you think? Do you want to hang out with me in that way? And then even say things like, don't just say yeah because it's the nice thing to do. If you don't really want to hang out with me, let me know. Because it's not a big deal to me. Right. But the best way, like I said, is making friends and then meeting those people's friends. It is going to save you so much time rather than finding one random person. And that also does a lot for our confidence to drop, because we meet that one random person and it's like, oh, they don't work. But if you make friends and then continue hanging out and then meet more friends, then you're like, oh wow, I'm actually meeting these friends and these friends, and now I don't have to like kind of approach them at a bar or an event.
Right.
I'm meeting them because I went out to dinner with this friend or something like that.
Yeah, so there's more.
Yeah. All right, you want to meet this other subscriber?
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Valentina? What's up? I'm Anthony. Nice to meet you. This is Carla. So, how long have you been in New York?
Since last year, February.
And where'd you come from?
So I'm from Venezuela.
Nice.
Moved to Chile when I was 12.
Really?
Did my BFA in Michigan. And now I'm here for grad school.
What?
Just jumping around.
Wow, and what are you doing in grad school?
So theater.
Really? Shit, that's so cool. And she's an artist. Here, let's see. I think this is gonna be good. So tell me about your dating life. What are you here for today?
So, funny enough, you know when you like say something like I want a coffee maker, and then all the ads in your phone are like coffee making. So that earlier that day, I was talking about a friend about how I'm like dating wise, I'm normally the wingman who like matches people up because I'm good at reading energies like that.
Yeah.
But I'm terribly about reading like energies towards me.
Oh.
Like I have no dating life. I'm 25. I've never dated anyone.
Really? I find that hard to believe.
No, it's true. It really is true. Two things that have happened to me. Either I'm interested in someone and I second guess everything until it's too late, and then I start dating someone else, and then I'm like, oh, they were interested back. I just never figure it out. Or I give energy because I'm thinking we're friends, and then the people are like interested, and I'm like, I'm not. And so I'm just really bad about reading energies to myself, and I'm really bad at flirting.
Okay.
And then that day I was talking about it with my friend, and then I go in and I saw your thing on YouTube, and I was like, why not?
I don't think you're probably bad at flirting.
No, really.
Really?
The latest problem that I've had is that there was a guy in my my grad program who I genuinely, truly, so sorry, thought he was gay, and I'm bi. I was like, we're besties, right? And he kept going like, you're so beautiful, whatever. And I thought he was like, you're so beautiful, bestie. And I was like, yeah, you too, girly girl, girly pop. You know, he was not. He was flirting, and now I have that issue to deal with as of last week. And I'm like, all right. So I'm not interested back.
Yeah.
So I'm just bad at reading energies with people like that.
Me and Carla were talking a little bit about like not really, and this is what most people deal with, is like not really knowing what the intentions of the other person are. And so like after I'm almost 40, and just like I've dated so long from when I was, I don't know, what, 13 years old was like my first girlfriend or something like that. I have realized that one of the most important things from the beginning of any relationship, it doesn't matter if you guys are dating, if you guys are friends, if it's business, is to state your intentions at the very beginning, but do it in a fun, positive way. You know, like I was just telling Carla, like if you meet somebody, and we were just talking about making friends even, it's just like in New York, people are very, and this is cities in general, people are just very flaky. They make a big connection with you, and then they turn around the next day, and then we don't remember the person. And then you live on the other side of the city, and then you guys are never going to hang out again. So it's like, when you first meet somebody, if whatever it is, if you like that person and you intend to want to see them again, state that intention. Let them know. Tell them. Up front, say, I think you're really cool. I think we should hang out again. And I'll be the one to come hang out with you. Don't worry. I'm not going to wait for you to come to me, because and I had to learn that the hard way, because when I first started hanging out with people in New York City, I actually did a little experiment my first year of New York. I made 0 friends in New York because I was like, I treat myself like a human guinea pig socially. And I said, all my life, all of my friends were because I was in an environment and I met them through circumstance, through school, through sports, through whatever. But now I'm just in New York. I'm just gonna live my life. I'm not going to make any effort to actually hang out with somebody. I'm just gonna talk to people and I'm gonna see what happens. Made no friends, dated nobody. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. So now I know. I did an entire year that way. And so then I realized, okay, I need to make all of the effort up front. And yes, that's all on me. And yes, they're not going to do much at first. And that's okay, because that's what everybody kind of just does in cities. Like I was just telling her, we fall into the days of a city. We meet people, we don't actually hang out with a lot of people that often. And so I said, I have to be the one to do it all. I have to show the person that I'm going to make that effort to be their friend. I want them to go, oh, Anthony actually wants to be my friend. He didn't just say that when we met at a party. He actually wants to be my friend. And if it's dating, it's the same thing. If you're interested in somebody, you have to say it. So if you're attracted to somebody, be like, man, the way you smile is so cute. I can't stop looking at it when you smile. And just putting that out there like that plants the seed in their head, oh, they think I'm cute? They think my smile's cute? Or if you're like, oh, I still don't think they got the message, you could try again maybe the next time you hang out with them. And then there's something, and then you don't even have to worry about speaking. You could even focus on proximity. So in getting closer to somebody, you know? If you like somebody and maybe your arm is rubbing against their arm as they're talking, that's a little communication that you like them. Then it's the other way around. What if somebody is just a friend and you see them as a friend? You say, I love you as a friend. I think we're gonna be BFFs, right? And stating that intention. Everything should be communicated. Then when you start dating somebody, now this is where I think it's the biggest mess. Because when people start dating, then sex gets involved and romance gets involved. And those things are a lot more sensitive than just being friends or just saying that you're attracted to somebody. Because then real emotions get involved. And so I tell everybody, state your intentions from the start. Before you guys kiss, or maybe just after your first kiss, you say, okay, listen, I just want to know what your interest is with me. I want to tell you what my intention is with you. I like you. I want to hang out with you again. I'm looking for a relationship. It doesn't have to be with you. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm interested in you in that way. I'm not looking to just hook up and then never see you again. And you could say that, and I'm telling you, everybody thinks that is going to scare a person away. For me, at least, every woman that has ever done that to me makes me go, oh, okay. And if I like the girl, I go, okay. And I'm like, okay, I can't play games with this one. If I like her, I'm gonna keep seeing her. And if I don't like her, I move on. If somebody likes you, they're gonna say, I have to abide by those rules. But if nothing is said, then you're just allowing that person to do whatever the fuck they want. And then you don't know what's going on. And so what usually happens is two people start dating and one person has these intentions, this person has these intentions, and they didn't talk about it to each other. Because if Carla wants to get into a relationship and Valentina wants to just hook up and have a one-night stand, and then Carla goes on and goes, wow, that was so amazing, that was such a great date, I can't wait to see Valentina again. And Valentina goes, that was a fun night, right? I don't have to see her again. Then what's gonna happen, and Carla said she's gonna go, fuck, I got all my hopes up, and it was because we didn't talk about it. And it's not cheesy or awkward to talk about it. It's basically just consent, right? It's the same thing as saying, can we have sex? Right? That's consent, right? That's something that everybody sees as very important, right?
Yeah.
So why is everything else not the same way? And so I could already tell that you're very charming and that you are probably really good, really good at flirting with people and like being really friendly and all that type of stuff, just like Carla is. But the thing is if those intentions aren't set from the beginning, you know, you could either get confused or you could confuse the other person. So I even say, if you're dating somebody, I believe every month that you see that person, you should restate those intentions. So it's like, okay, because this is what I have acknowledged in dating. Usually, this isn't always the case. Usually men, when they start dating, their intentions are, I don't know, whatever. And women, their intentions usually are, I want to see if this turns into a relationship. Now that's not all the time, but that's usually what I see. If I even state my intentions on a first date and I say, this is what my intentions are, and then that person says, that's good, okay, and I see them a month from now, they're going to default back to what they expected in the first place, and they're going to forget what I said. Because maybe they go, oh, well, he's been seeing me for a month, so maybe it's changed. And in my head, I go, I already talked about what my intentions were. Why would that change? So I want to repeat my intentions if they've changed or say the same thing a month later. So much of this is communication. Communicate, 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 right? But I also want to hear more about your flirting. Why do you think you're a bad flirt?
Because it's never going anywhere.
Tell me why.
I don't know. I think when I'm attracted to someone, it's fight or flight. For
really?
me,
Why?
Like I am attracted to someone in my
too.
program right
Yeah,
now,
yeah, yeah.
and like we actually had because I'm acting, we had a scene of intimacy where like I was on top of him. He like it was a whole thing. I'm like, I hope he never sees this video because he will know it was him. So, like, hope he never watches
Probably
this.
no. I guarantee you, this won't get any views.
All of this, and I feel like we became okay friends. We're not like super close.
Yeah.
I think we went drinking with like a group of people Thursday night.
Yeah.
And like we had shots together. It was fun. We
Yeah.
talk and whatnot. But I don't feel. But again, sometimes I'm like, am I hesitating too much and missing the signs, or is there really nothing there? I don't know. I'm just bad at that.
Yeah.
I double guess myself a lot.
Have you
in
guys
those
talked
situations.
about what you guys are interested in dating? Not about each other, but is it a he or she? Or
It's a he.
Okay, it's a he. And so has he ever mentioned what his dating interests are, his dating life is like?
No. We haven't talked about it together.
Why don't you ask him? Say, what are you interested in? You got a girlfriend? You got a boyfriend? Who do you like? Are you dating anybody? Just talking about are you guys friends? Do you talk?
Yeah, we're like
So then
casual,
talk
yeah.
to him about that. That's fun. Everyone loves talking about dating.
That's fair.
And then you could talk about it too. No, I see some hesitance.
I'll try to do it. It's just like it's fight or flight for me. I'm like, it freeze.
Okay. Do you remember in any of my videos I talked about that best friend dynamic?
Yeah.
Always go back to that. Because another thing people do is they get romantic before they're in a relationship. And I have found it's actually not good. And I want to change this whole idea of courtship. I don't think courtship is good. I'm always going, I just want to see this person as my best friend. I just want to see this person as my best friend. I just want to see this person as my best friend. And then that real side comes out of me and I stop thinking about, oh, are they attracted to me? Oh, are they going to be dating me? Oh, what if they say something? Oh, what did that text mean? I always go in my head, well, how would I react if this was my best friend? How would I react if my best friend texted me that? And then I'm always asking myself that, always reminding myself that all the time, and it always helps. Okay, so get into that headspace. Because with a best friend, you could say, so what's your dating life like? Tell me.
Yeah.
Tell me about your dating life.
Yeah, I can.
I feel a little hesitant, but I know you could do it.
I'll try to do it because I do have like good like friends of all genders. So I'm just like, I'm gonna try.
Why don't we try it now? With me or with Carla. Just
Okay.
practice. Because practice is good. You want to practice?
Sure.
I want you guys to start as though you just met. So like, let's say you're at a party and you just started talking, so it feels a little more real. Okay, so just like introduce yourself, start talking, and then out of nowhere, just be like, so anyway, what's dating like in New York for you? It's kind of crazy for me, or whatever you want to say. You know? Or give it a try.
Hi.
Hey!
Nice to meet you. I'm Valentina.
Carla.
So how's New York for you?
It's great. I love New York. It's very lively, colorful, and there's like tons to do. you know, and I have like an artist background, so it's just like a good place to be, I think.
That's fun. What kind of art do you do?
I do abstract expressionism, and I kind of play around with tech, experiment with it.
How's dating in New York?
It's been honestly a bit rough. I felt like I tried the apps, and then I'm a little exhausted, to be honest. But I'm like naturally like a romantic, so I haven't like given up hope per se.
Me too. Apps are rough. Apps are rough. But where's home for you?
I stay in Brooklyn, so like a bit of a hike, but like I like coming out to Manhattan every now and then for events and stuff. So.
All right, cool, guys. First of all, great job.
Thank you.
But now I want you to try something, because I just want to see what it's like for y'all to compliment each other, but do it in a way as though it was something that you were attracted to. And maybe, I don't know, maybe you guys are attracted to each other. I don't know, who cares? But practice. I just want to see what it looks like. Just get into like a rhythm of a conversation again. Look for something that you find attractive about each other. And again, like, it doesn't have to mean that you're in love with the person. You were just practicing. But I just want to see how you guys do it, okay? Go for it.
This is the part where I'm gonna stumble.
That's why I want you to do it.
So Brooklyn, do you like Brooklyn so far?
I do like it. I think like it's got like good energy. I've met a lot of like good people there.
The L train at night is scary.
Yeah, I used to live by like the ARC, which was like, you know, really convenient. Now I'm like living by the G. I love the G, but like sometimes it doesn't love me.
Well, it was closed for like a couple months, like right.
Well, I hear that it's gonna be like just like out of commission all
During
summer.
summer,
Like,
yeah.
been a big chunk of it. I know like part of it was like closed off for a bit, but yeah, it's you know, it is what it is.
By the way, I love your shirt and like
thank you.
it complements your collarbones very well.
Thank you. Oh, that's a very like specific.
Whoa.
Oh, I feel very flattered actually.
Yo, that knocked me out.
I that's my love language. I love like words of affirmations. A compliment. I'm just
That
like I
was
love
beautiful.
it.
All right.
It's so specific, so I appreciate that a lot. Actually, I have like a little mole here, so. But yeah, I think you have very beautiful lips. Like,
Thank you.
Just, like very like luscious and stuff.
Oh my God, thank you.
Gorgeous lips.
Thank you.
Yo, that was fucking good.
Yeah.
Is that how you compliment somebody when you're like meeting somebody? Is it that? Is that,
Yeah.
that good?
I do this too much.
Oh wait, okay, but hold on, because you guys, I gotta say that was great. So do you say you don't do that?
No.
People that you're attracted to.
No.
Do that. How did that feel, by the way? You said you
I
liked
mean,
that.
like, no, that's my love language. Like,
Yeah.
I love words of affirmation.
Me
so,
too.
like, when someone says that, I'm just like, oh, yeah, like, it's really good. So, like,
Yo,
people like that.
do that. Because another thing is like, you did it in a perfect way where it didn't come on, like, you tell me if this is true. It was kind of like just right, just enough. Where it was like, ooh, was that sexual? Is she attracted to me? It wasn't too much where it was like, wow, I want you to, you know, like, ooh, you're so full and sexy, you know? Like, you gave, it was just so classy. I think that's the word. It was like a classy compliment, and I love that. You gotta do that more. You gotta do that more. The world needs to see more of that
it was so
from
specific.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a sincere compliment.
Yeah,
by the way. I
the
didn't
like
know that.
specific. Is that a word?
Yeah, specificity.
Yeah.
Like the specificity of the compliment was so good, and that's how I like to do it. Because I'm like, I want to make this person walk away and feel so good, you know, and be like, my collarbones are pretty looking good today.
Okay. Up my game.
Like some collarbones.
Yeah, and were you? I want to know. Did you feel like a little bit anxious at all saying it, or did you feel comfortable because you know you're not on a date or something like that?
I think I felt comfortable because we both knew what was happening, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. It was a
It
sincere
was
compliment,
expected.
but it was
Yeah.
expected, yeah. It's a little harder, like last time, the guy that I'm interested in, like a month ago, had a haircut.
Yeah.
And I hyped myself up for like 90 minutes to be like, let me compliment the haircut. I did it, but it was like 90 minutes of like, let's do it. Let me find the time, let's do it.
Yo, you want to know what's
tired.
crazy? When I was 25, I did the same thing. I saw this girl that I met every day in between. I was in like this 3-hour college class. And I would always take a break from the 3-hour college class because my ADD cannot sit through a teacher talking for 3 hours.
It's fair.
So I would walk around the halls for like 20 minutes. And there would always be this really cute girl sitting waiting for her class. And I would always be talking to her, and she was so pretty. And I was always like, oh man, I want to tell her how pretty she is, you know? And I was in class, and it was like an hour and a half, and it's usually when I go and talk to her. And I was like pumping myself up, and I was like, Anthony, just do it, Anthony, just do it. And then I finally like looked at her, and I was like, she's gonna kill me, she's gonna murder me. And I was like, you have really sexy lips. And she goes, and I was like, and that moment before she responded was 1 second, but it felt like an hour. And she goes, thank you. And I was like, and then as soon as I was done with that, as soon as I like left that conversation, I wanted to compliment everybody. I wanted to just walk around and just giving compliments out to everyone, because I was like, that was all it was. They didn't think it was awkward. They didn't think it was too much. It was just like simple. And I made sure, like I said you have really sexy lips. I didn't try to make it like
a big thing.
Oh, is this? Yeah, but I also didn't try to make it like too implicit where it's like, oh, does he like me? Like I said sexy. And I was like, I want to make sure she knows that I'm attracted to her. And when she was so cool with it, I was like, whoa, that's not a bad thing. Because there's a difference. And listen, I think women have to worry about this less than men, but like men are always saying, oh, we can't talk to women because me too movement and blah, blah, blah. It's like bullshit. Listen, if you're a rapist, then don't talk to people, okay? If you're not gonna rape anybody, then you have nothing to worry about, okay? That was perfect, and I'm telling you, nobody is going to go, oh, that was too much. Oh, why did she say? Nobody's gonna think that. They're just gonna go, wow, she was nice. Like, she made me feel good.
The fun thing, like I tell you, when I like someone is fight or flight, is that I compliment my friends all the time. All the time. And I'm very touchy with my friends. Like, I kiss their chick, and like we hold hands, and like I hug them. And I'm always like, you look so beautiful today. Or like, I love, like, when I like someone, I'm like,
yeah, wow. You have to push yourself.
Yeah.
You have to get over that first hump. Because like I said, the story, remember that story. That was my first time pushing myself really hard and saying, say it. And when I did, I felt, it was like the weight was off. Okay? Just, you gotta get good at going, I'm just gonna push myself, get over that hump, and then what's gonna happen is you're gonna see them go, wow, thank you so much. And then you're gonna go, oh, that was it? And you're gonna go to sleep that night, and the cogs in your brain are gonna go, everything was okay, everything was okay, everything was okay. And you're gonna wake up the next day, and you're gonna feel good. And you're gonna say, that was something I just got over, and now I can do that to anybody that I like. And here's another thing. When you have that best friend dynamic, when you see that person as a best friend that you're attracted to, not as a boyfriend or whatever, it's a lot easier because you're going, I'm just complimenting just like I do with my friends. So treat that guy. You know what? I want you to follow up with me. You got homework.
okay.
Okay?
It's fair.
You got homework.
It's fair.
And I want you to follow up with me. I want you to film a video. When do you see him next?
We're doing tech for different shows in the same space, so either Sunday or Monday.
Here, let me get that.
Yeah.
Let me put this in my pocket. I'll just hold it. Okay, so wait a second. Tomorrow?
Tomorrow or Monday. I don't know the schedule. Because I think we're using the same space for different shows.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we're there at the same time, but like we're crossing paths.
Your homework is you have to do it.
Okay.
Yeah?
I promise. I'll do whatever I need to do. I feel like all my friends are gonna be happy that I'm gonna do something instead of jabbing about it.
Yes. I want you to film a video. I want you to tell me what happened.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna put that on the video.
Okay. All right.
And you can do it. Because I already see it's not gonna be hard for you. Once you get over this hump, you're gonna be just like 25-year-old Anthony. Okay?
Okay.
Yeah?
Compliment. Okay, yeah.
Yeah? Carla, what about you? What's your challenge for the week? Here, take this.
My challenge for the week. Well, I don't have any like dates lined up or anything.
Yeah.
But
well, first of all, like what we talked about is like I really want you to state your intentions with somebody up front. I want you to start building more of a social circle. Like when you meet friends, I want you to meet their friends. I want you to tell them that you want to meet their friends. Seriously, I want you to hang out with somebody that you made friends with and be like, I think you're awesome. I want to get to know your friends. Like I want to get to know you. And I just moved here. And that's another thing. And you just moved here too, right?
Yeah.
I want you to tell people that you just moved here, because a lot of New Yorkers, they like to bring in new people. So when you say, I just moved here a year ago, and honestly, this winter, I just baked, and I love baking, but I didn't get out as much as I'd like to. And so I'm looking to make new friends, and I'm looking for somebody to kind of, bring me into their social group. I would love that. State the intentions.
That's really solid advice, I think, because I never really was like putting it out there that like, oh, like I want to have like, a solid friend group. I just kind of just vibe, but sometimes I'll just be like the wind, and then don't land anywhere. Like more recently, like I had like a birthday, and I just brought like all my like random friends together, which was really great. Like I was like, this could either go really badly or really well. Luckily, like they all kind of vibe, so it worked out.
That's great. So your homework for me is, and I give homework to all my clients every week. Your homework for me is I want you to tell that to somebody that you're friends with, that maybe you just met. Is there anybody that you just met recently that you're hanging out with, or that you could be hanging out with?
Yes.
I want you to get together with them somehow in the next week, in the next few days even, and then when you hang out with them, have a great time with them and say, I'm new here and I'm just looking to expand my social circle. I would love to meet your friends. I need to make more friends. And I just want you to say that to somebody, okay? Because I want you to be putting yourself out there more. Just like I learned in New York, I cannot make friends if I am not pushing more than they push. Because they're not going to push for me. They don't know. They don't know who I am. They don't know if they could be friends with me. They're comfortable with their little circle that they have already. So I have to be the one to push more than them. So you have to, right? So that's what I want you to do. Okay?
Okay. I know exactly who I'm gonna ask.
Yeah. Hell yeah. What are you doing for the rest of the day?
I'm heading back to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
I'm helping just serve some drinks at a friend's event. They're performing tonight in Bushwick, I believe it is. So
that's dope.
I'll be doing that. It's fun.
So wait a second. You're gonna be at a friend's event serving drinks, you said?
Yeah, just like casually, like I'll just like bartering. So like I serve for a few hours and then I'm gonna stay for the show. So
Cool. So you're going to an event to socialize?
I am.
Very cool. Huh. Is there anything that you could Is there anything that you could practice at that event? That we talked about?
I feel like there'll be like a lot of people I don't know.
Good.
So like if I meet someone and like I form like a, we kind of hit it off, I could like follow up with them.
Yeah, you know what this is also my homework for you. I want you to state intentions at the beginning in terms of if you make a friend, say, I want to be your friend. I'm new here. I want you to do that tonight. Okay? Right?
There is someone that I met and I'm hoping that they're there because we kind of like, we were like vibing, just like platonically, I would say. So maybe I could try with them. I know they're like a little like further, but they plan on like moving.
Okay, closer. One more thing I have that I'm not completely sure about. You mentioned to me that you are a person that feels comfortable. You said you have those affirmative words for people, and I'm that way too. And you told me you think that actually is not good for you as a woman to a man.
I think sometimes, like it can come off as like like flirty.
Yeah.
And maybe I'm not trying to like flirt with like that particular individual, or I'm not like that's not what I'm there for.
Yeah.
So then, you know, I don't want to like mislead someone or make them feel uncomfortable or anything like that. So sometimes I just but I don't know, this is just like my personality too, like I can't help it.
Wait a second, but I'm a little confused. But what about when you are interested in that person?
When I am interested in them, I will, but I think sometimes maybe it comes off as I like come off like too strong, or like some people get turned off. Some people just like get turned off by it. Like
why? How do they? Tell me what they do.
Like or like we'll exchange info, and then I don't wait. Like usually like I'll just text them.
Don't wait.
Yeah, I'll text them, but then maybe we'll have like a first date, and then that's about it. Like it doesn't go anywhere. So that whole like stating the intentions, I think would be useful, because
so
we're not on the same page.
Are you saying, if I'm trying to read this correctly, you kind of make more of a first move, you spend time together, and then it just fades after the first date?
Yeah.
And you think is that because of them?
I think that I'm sort of expecting like, oh, like I gave, I started it, initiated, like you can like, if you're interested, you're gonna continue. Because otherwise, I feel like it's just me like bugging you. Yeah,
bug them, because because remember, see them as a best friend first that you're just attracted to. If you see it as a dating thing, a courtship thing, then you are going to fall into the gender roles of, oh, well, I already put it out, and now he or she or whoever has to do all the work. And just say, I'm going to just see you as a best friend. I'm going to hang out with you. If I'm attracted to you, I'll let you know, and we'll see what happens. But I'm always going to put the effort out that I want to. And I don't want you to think that, because I do think that a lot of women do think if they express their attraction, that's going to turn people off. That's not true. It's not true. What is true is neediness is universally disgusting by everybody. Because neediness is telling a person, I want you to love me before you know me enough. I want you to take care of me, and we haven't even spoke about that yet. I am not able to love myself. I need you to love me. And nobody wants to take on the responsibility of loving themselves and taking care of that other person that needs before they're ready.
Yeah.
And so that's the difference that people are scared of. You're allowed to express your interest. You're allowed to make the first move. You're allowed to express attraction. But if you're not needy, you have nothing to worry about. Now, the reason why it's so good to communicate those intentions at the beginning is because some people might go, oh, maybe she's just needy, whatever, blah. So then you could say, hey, I don't even know if I want to be in a relationship. I like you. I want to see where this goes. That's it. I'm not trying to marry you right now. And if they feel that from you, they go, oh, she's not needy. She's just open. She just loves words of affirmation. Right? So again, keep thinking about intentions at the beginning. And another thing is, never make our intentions at the beginning boring. Because if you make them boring, that's when they are awkward. Like, I want to talk about what we are. Don't do that. Just say it in a fun, relaxed way. Yeah. Because that always makes somebody go, okay. Say it in a relaxed, fun way, like it's like you're talking about the weather. Just be like, just so you know, I don't know, I'm looking for a relationship, but I don't know if it's you, it could be somebody else. I just like spending time with you. How do you feel? Right? Now you tell me, how do you feel?
I'm also looking just for like something.
Yeah?
Just a connection to see where it goes.
Yeah. But do you want to like marry me right now?
No.
No? Yeah, you just want to get to know me?
Yeah.
Cool. Anyway, you want to go over there and get a sandwich? See, like you see how simple we just. What were you gonna say?
I have a question, but
Yeah. No, I'm
finish your
done.
thought.
No, that was
Okay.
it.
My thought was because we're talking about the compliments and whatnot. What's the step after that? Like,
Okay.
do I wait for? Which is where I go fall into the
So, okay,
step.
that's a great question. And there's something I like to call pinging. And you know, like ping pong?
Yeah.
Okay, and also I don't know if you know, in like software, there's like a ping. Basically, all it is I send a message out, and then that message comes back to me. Ping pong. So a ping is a tiny communication of interest. And then after that tiny communication of interest, I watch and I see how they feel. Now, as a man, we have to always be aware of this. So I'll compliment. And if I see she's smiling, happy, maybe even moves in more, I go, oh wow, this is going well. Maybe I'll get a little closer. Oh, she moved in more. Well, maybe I could rub the arm or something like that. Now, if I get in a little closer and she goes, like that, I go, oh, okay. So I'll move back a little bit, and then that's where we'll stay. And then maybe a little bit later, I'll try again. Maybe if she's more comfortable, and I'll get a little closer. Or maybe I'll say, man, your eyes are like the way those dots, so beautiful, really. And so if I see a little bit of like, oh, thank you, I'm like, okay, maybe she's not that into it. So I'm always watching and I'm always communicating. And the more positive ping I get back, the more I go forward.
Okay.
Now, I know that women do this because as a human guinea pig, I said to myself one time, you know what, Anthony? I'm always the one that makes the move. And I never have women make the move on me. And that sucks. That's boring. Like, I want girls to make the move sometimes. So what I do is I just practiced for a little bit to say, I'm going to just spend time with a woman I like. I'm going to compliment her. I'm going to do all the things. And I am going to see if she makes the move. And she will eventually when she knows that I'm not doing it. And so she will do it. And then I'll go, oh, that feels good. Women can make the move just as much as men. And they should. And I want to get rid of this whole bullshit of gender differences and this is how women should act, this is how men should act. I think it's bullshit. I really do. And so, you always want to escalate that ping to be bigger the next time and the next time. And you always watch. If the bigger one is positive, good. Now I could go closer. And now I can go closer. And then, at the end of the highest level of pings, what usually happens is two people are talking like this. And do you feel a sense of awkwardness now that we're this close? That is that proximity of intimacy. We have reached a proximity of intimacy right here. And if I break that, I feel like uncomfortable getting close. I'm like, oh, it's too intimate, right? But when two people are attracted, they feel so comfortable here.
Okay.
And at this point, if you guys are talking and making eye contact and you're this close and everything's going good, if that guy or if that girl doesn't kiss you, then something's wrong. And if you notice that they're not kissing you, you could say, I just really want to kiss you right now.
Oh my god.
But wait. That's not after a minute. I don't just go on a date and say, I just really, right?
Yeah.
This could be at the end of a date after you spend, 2 hours with them. This could be with a friend after you hung out with them a few times and you guys keep talking and remember, you've done all of the little pings that were positive because maybe we're talking and maybe these are touching and you don't move your foot, right? So like move your leg away. I go, okay. Because I liked that. That felt really nice. These legs touching. I hope she likes that, right? And if she likes that, well then I'll get closer. And then maybe I'll be like, you are blah, blah, blah. And I'll touch like that. And then our knees are touching and our arms are touching. And if he or she likes that, I'm like, well, this is going great. Well, I'm going to go a little closer now.
You know what's
What?
funny?
What?
Is that because we did a scene together.
Yeah.
And so we had like a fake date together. We spent like 4 hours together, and we were talking at this proximity, and our arms were touching.
Wow.
And I still don't know if they're attracted to me or not.
Spicy.
Wow. But that
That's when,
was
like,
was that in
analyzing.
the scene?
No, it was after. We were gonna perform later that day, so we were just like hanging.
Wow.
Still don't know
I
if they're
feel like
attracted to
there's
me.
something there.
That's interesting. I need, yeah, you need to express, you need to
follow up
express
with
that.
it, yeah.
The thing that I hate the most is that women are taught not to lead their own dating life. I hate that. I hate that they have been taught to be at the mercy of the man to do it. I hate that. I think both people, everybody should just do it as they want.
Yeah.
Okay? You got homework, y'all.
Right.
And you got one tonight. And you got one tomorrow or Monday.
Or Monday, yeah.
Okay? All right, good. You promise?
Yes.
Okay, good.
Hey everyone, just updating y'all on how things went. I was able to do my homework that Anthony recommended. My homework this week was to be very intentional with whoever I was getting their phone number with, and stating that, you know, I was wanting to expand my social circle. So I was able to do that. We're meeting for drinks this coming week, and I'm really excited to go about this with a different perspective. And I want to thank Anthony for the encouragement and kind of walking us through this experience. It was a good time.
Here's my update, and no, I don't do this eyeliner every day. I did it that one time, and I was like, I like it, let me do it again. But so the update is not as exciting. Like I said, during the time that we met, I was gonna see him Sunday and Monday, and I also saw him today. But it was very much like we're both working in different productions around the same space, but we're working on different productions. The shows open up starting tomorrow, so it means that this weekend has been tech and dress and whatever, and it's just been very like everyone's been running all over the place and like doing things, like a million things at the same time. And so what ended up happening was that there is an update, but it's a slow one. There's not much to tell in this one. I ended up trying, we didn't have enough time to like fully go into a conversation in which I could like compliment him or whatnot, because it was generally like he has to be there, I have to be there, I have to run, we have to run, whatever, like pick up the lights, pick up the props, the couch, whatever. And then while we were working, we're in different productions, so like I'm overseeing a show and he's overseeing another one. So it's being on the run like that. I would say though, I couldn't quite try like the conversation long enough to sneak in a compliment, but I managed to like do a little bit of the ping thing. I would say maybe it's a good sign. Maybe he just has bad spatial awareness, that I will get very close to him and he wouldn't pull away while like the short conversations that we have. But then it was like that, and then it's like, oh, I have to go get this and you have to go get that, whatever. I do have a friend. I feel like because I mean I'm bi and like I don't gender, you know, like everyone can act differently, but we were talking about how like some women and some men act like this way and whatnot. And I do have a male friend who ended up pointing out to me that even though we're in different productions, during the moment that I was very, very busy, I was like running away in like different rooms, grabbing different things, looking, seeing people, like a checklist and whatnot. Walking in and out of different rooms, he was kind of going into the same rooms as me, even though he's in a different production. He didn't have to. So my friend took notice and was like, hey, I'm pretty sure he's just here because of you. And I was like, I don't know if that's true. We're not even talking. I'm like doing a million things at once. They were like, no, I'm pretty sure he is. So then that was told to me before I tried the proximity thing. I tried it and he didn't pull away. Like we were talking very close for the little bit that we were talking. So the update is basically like it's looking like it's better, and it's looking like I'm more confident into trying to like reach the gap with physicality like that, because I used to be like, you know, with the whole like friend thing, the fight or fight response, but like thinking about it, okay, like he's my friend and let's test the physicality a little bit more each time, unless he pulls away and then he didn't. Then my friend telling me that they were like going into the same rooms as me just to like talk, just to like see whatever, even though I couldn't actually engage in a conversation, definitely put my hopes up. So the slow update is that the shows open up tomorrow. They are two week long. So like this upcoming week, because today's Tuesday, so Wednesday on this week, the weekend, and then the next week. So by not this Friday, but next Friday, as the shows are gonna close, or Saturday, I need to double check. Might even be Sunday, sometime this weekend, like not this weekend, but the next. The shows are gonna close, and that day, all of us, like, cause there's like 4 or 5 different shows going on in the space that I'm in. So everyone is gonna have like a big giant like party and drinking away party and whatnot. He's gonna be there, I'm gonna be there. And I know it seemed like the long distance. I'm gonna keep trying to do the pink thing, like the proximity thing physically, and trying to maybe engage in conversation enough so I can compliment him. But because it's been such a rush and we're like doing a million things at once, both of us, for different shows and in different spaces, I think I'm gonna try to do my best for sure to do that when we go drinking in the next, like in 2 weeks. But that's the update. It's not a bad update. I'm quite happy to be able to bridge the gap physically and that he didn't pull away. I think I'm gonna try to do my best for sure to do that when we go drinking in the next, like in 2 weeks. But that's the update. It's not a bad update. I'm quite happy to be able to bridge the gap physically and that he didn't pull away. And now, like, I don't know, I feel hopeful in a way that I didn't before. So it's a really good thing, and it did lift my confidence up a little bit. Like, it made me feel like, oh, okay, like I'm consciously doing this on purpose, and he's not pulling away. So it feels like I definitely feel a little bit in control in a way that I didn't before. And I'm excited for the next 2 weeks to see how this develops, because I'm gonna try to keep doing that. And then when we go drinking, when we actually can sit down and have a conversation, excited for that. That is the update. Thank you very much for all the support and encouragement. And I cannot wait to keep seeing your